I think people forget sometimes, you know. Even I would say myself, and it's hard because I'm a DJ and I was raised off of early T.I. until you hear the Ye verse the people, and then you hear
Right.
the way you spitting. And
Tell him what you said.
What I say?
What you said yesterday.
What I said
Oh, maybe that was behind the scenes.
What I say?
He said you sound like old T.I.
Yeah, I said you sound like old T.I. Like you're not only rapping, it's like you're telling a story, and I'm sitting here mesmerized through the story, where it's like you really like. I know you really meant it, but I felt it. Like I felt like I'm
Right
there
on.
with you.
He
Like,
ain't hear the Us or Else album. That's what.
Right on.
If you heard the Us or Else album, that ain't even a stretch.
No, I did, but now I felt it even more with that record.
Ye versus the people?
Yeah.
Man, I'm so glad that you did that because I've been so irritated about the things that I'm like so irritated to the point where I don't even really want to listen to what he's saying. But then when I seen you was on the track, I said, okay, I know T.I. ain't gonna let this slide because I can't see you just getting on there and talk about some Make America Great Again.
Yeah, you know I ain't
It gave me
going
that
for that.
feeling again.
You know I ain't going for that. I mean, man, you know the record actually happened. It's the fastest record I've ever recorded in my life. You know what I'm saying? It happened at the end of a 4-hour-long discussion we were having.
I'm sure there were a lot more things you could have been saying on that song too.
Oh man, I said it. You know, I said it. But the discussion happened from the time I got there up until the time we started recording.
But let's talk about the discussion. You seen his Twitter rampage.
Tell him how you got there first.
And how'd you get there? From seeing that Twitter rampage.
Because you and Ye hadn't talked in a minute. Right?
Yeah, I hadn't talked to Ye, man, since probably since I got out of prison. Like we did the record for No Mercy, and then I hadn't, probably hadn't spoke to him much since I probably got out of prison.
That's like what, 6-7 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if we may have seen each other in passing, but I hadn't, we hadn't had an actual conversation in quite some time. So we happened to see each other at a hotel in a hotel lobby in L.A. I was there for a meeting. He was there for a meeting, and he came over and spoke to me. And so then immediately I said, man, let's work. What's
I
happening?
put you there for a reason at that time.
He said that to me several times. He said that to me. He's like, man, you are here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
He has said that. He's expressed that to me. But so I said, let's work. He said, yeah, bet. He gave me his number, and he put out a phone, and it was odd because I never knew him to have a phone.
Really?
I remember like it was a big deal when we were recording in Hawaii that Ye ain't got no phone. He don't do no phones. So he got like, damn, Ye got a phone.
Was it an iPhone or was it an Android?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Or
I
two-way.
don't recall.
It was a flip phone. Okay.
I'm certain it was an iPhone.
All right,
I'm
that's
certain
the
it was
message
an
you
iPhone. But anyway, so we exchanged numbers. He went back about his meeting. I went back about mine. Then that night, I went to the studio, and after I left him, I started seeing the stuff. It just started popping up, and then so by the next morning, I got on the phone with him again. Another weird turn of events that is not really relevant to the story, so I'll go and continue on past it. But I hit him and said, hey, yo, let me get with you. You know what I'm saying? I want to get with you whenever I can.
Mm-hmm.
And he immediately hit me back and was like, I bet. I had my people call and, we'll set up a meeting.
And this is after the Trump.
Yeah, it was after all that. It was
yeah.
after all that. It was right around the time when John Legend had hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I'm like, hey, yo, what's going on with bro? But I didn't want to say nothing over the phone because I have an opportunity to go see him.
Right.
So I'm not going to, have a discussion over the phone. So I just waited until I got there, and I got there. And you know what I'm saying? It's a huge complex, a compound and whatnot. He get me in, and we walk past security and whatnot, and he takes me into his showrooms, and you see all the new Yeezys in the season, probably season 13, 14,
Right.
and now I'm thoroughly impressed. You know what I'm saying? I congratulate him. I know he was working hard. I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm like, I want to be like, yo, when them come out, but I'm like, Tip, you must stay focused.
Got you.
You are in here on a mission.
Got you.
You must stay focused. And so we go on into the room where, everybody was sitting and there's music and whatnot. And so he said, he started saying, what I'm saying, I got some things, I want to play for you. I want you to hear. I say, can't wait to do it. But first, let me speak to you right quick. So we stepped outside, we had a discussion. And that's when I was just like, yo, what's up, man? I'm sure you have, a very logical explanation to all of this. Like, what's happening? What's the punchline?
And you give him the benefit of the doubt because it's Kanye. Like,
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm sure you got something that's gonna make all this make sense in my head. I just got to hear it.
Right.
So let's hear it.
Go.
Let's go.
Right.
And he say, man, just being a free thinker, man.
What do you think about? Well, go ahead.
And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? A free thinker? You're like, man, I just feel free. You know, I just felt free to think whatever it is that my mind leads me to think without some monolithic view of what society wants me to think. I'm like, what's up with the hat, bro?
Right.
And he like, man, my subconscious spoke to my conscious, and it just moved me to wear the hat, I'm like, but yo, like, you know what the hat represent? He's like, not when I wear it though.
Yeah, he want to repurpose it.
Yeah, it's not.
He's like, just like we
working.
did the word nigga, we took the power from the word, and now we use the word as our own. I said, yeah, that's not the same. That's not the same, bro.
Because America's never been great for minorities, so you can't make it great again.
And
we have a president who's currently trying to strip us of all these rights now.
But just imagine, like right now, I'm really like looking, and I'm trying not to trip. I want to I'm trying to, and plus it's Kanye, and he doesn't seem like malicious or
not at all.
You know what I mean? It seems extremely sincere and passionate.
Not a publicity stunt.
Nah, it don't seem like it's nothing he doing. It seem like, man, the man just woke up on some shit one day.
Some shit.
Nah, I don't think it. I didn't get no signs of no, you know what I'm saying?
You think he's just
inebriated state of mind.
Ill-informed about politics, maybe, and not
like
really knowing what's going on when it comes to the world right now?
I don't know, man. But what I do know is I asked him two things, right? I said, and then, wait a minute, before I asked him this, he said, yo, you know, this is just like I went out on tour with Talib Kweli and wore a Rockefeller chain, and they booed me when I came out on stage for wearing a chain. I was a backpacker, like, as far as my style, but it's like being fly and flashy as that type, it wasn't accepted at the time. And people had to come around. I say, bro, do you really think that is the same thing? He's like, yeah.
Wow.
I say, nah, that ain't the same thing, bro. That ain't the same thing at all. And then, you know, after he said that, I say, well, look, man, have you thought about the people who supported you that you hurt when you put that hat on? And then he looked different, you know what I'm saying? He looked at me kind of like, I could see an epiphany hit, you know, he was like, hurt someone for having my own opinion? I say, yeah, people believe in you and they see you as a certain way, and then you go and they support you and you support someone who goes directly against them. It's like you supporting the enemy. So do you think how they feel? He was like, no, I didn't think about that. But I can see in his face, he was like, I don't want, that ain't what I ain't mean to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to speak too much, but he actually hit me and said, hey, man, T.I. said I'm hurting people. Am I hurting people? I'm like, nigga, yes.
Hey, man.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
And then Charlamagne hit me and say, hey, if you with Kanye, you talking to him, whatever you say, keep saying it.
For real, because it was getting through to him.
But can he see from all the responses from everybody how much it hurts?
What do you think he listens to that?
No, he's not listening.
He don't listen to that.
His superpower is his weakness, because you got to think people telling him what he can't do,
right?
And then him keep pushing and making it is what got him the way he is.
That's what got us Jesus Walk.
Yes,
you know, nobody was doing a song like Jesus Walk. Everybody, I told him, man, you tripping with that one. He like, okay, watch this. You know what I'm saying? With the same resilient energy that. But when he say his subconscious talked to his conscious and it moved him to do something, like, I disagree with it, but the last thing I'm going to ever do is tell somebody not to listen to themselves. Right. If it's something inside of yourself saying to do something, even if I don't agree with it, I don't feel comfortable telling someone to listen to me over listening to themselves.
What if that was Damani wearing a Make America Great Again?
Man, that ain't never gonna happen. I ain't got to worry about that. All my kids.
He was like, it's my subconscious.
Hey, man.
Talking to him.
Hey man, but that's the thing though.
What's
That's a grown
blinding
ass
him, though?
man.
But what's blinding him? Like, what is he not seeing? Is it his people around him? Because, you know,
He
if I do
say
something
he's
crazy,
trying-
Charlamagne gonna slap me in the back of the head. You know,
Oh,
if
well, nah,
Charlamagne
it
do
ain't
something,
none
you know
of
what I mean?
that.
Is it, what is he not
Ain't none of
seeing?
that. Ain't none
That's
of
what I'm
that.
lost about.
I mean, I don't even think he's even challenged this idea, or this idea has been challenged aside from when it hit the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that it moved me and I refuse. We as the black delegation cannot afford to lose Kanye West.
Nah,
you know what I'm
no.
saying?
He's too
Like,
important.
I'm gonna just keep it out. I'm gonna keep it out with 1,000.
didn't-
And that was my approach. I'm like, nah, hell nah, we can't. Nah, man, we can't do that.
And I know he's influential, but I didn't realize how influential. Because people crying over it, like people literally on social
Man,
media in tears.
man, he is
very
our
influential.
Michael Jackson. Like, just point blank period. And I feel like the same consideration we give Michael Jackson. First of all, we're talking about Kanye West here, people.
Yes.
It's very, I'm talking about a minuscule percentage of the population of the earth that speaks the language of Kanye West.
Right.
The things that come into his mind once it hit the air, it probably don't sound the same to the person, the average motherfucker who listening to it, as it did in his head.
Right.
So he needs kind of like a translator for real.
That's
Like,
real.
Like, he need somebody around him who he could say stuff to, and then they can say what he's saying is he trying to do this. And I mean, if you just take seconds of him speaking and play it, sounds preposterous.
Mm-hmm.
But if you listen to him over the span of 3-4 hours,
You understand?
you kind of understand
Like,
his logic and where he coming from. You don't agree with it. I emphatically disagree.
Like if he says I love Trump, he don't mean he loved
Nah,
Trump,
but
his
look, man.
policies, his
Now
ideologies.
it's kind of like,
he loves his style.
I love fried chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Co-sign
It's you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's kind of like, I love Hennessy. You know? You know what I'm saying? I love Coachella. Hell yeah.
Where did we
You know, he
stand?
think of it as, he don't think of him as a person. He thinking of
As a thing.
the thought, the
Right.
thing that
Yeah.
whatever that force is. And then he say, well, he has dragon energy. I have dragon energy. I say, what the fuck is a dragon?
know what that
You know what I mean? And but like that was like the beginning of the conversation.
Right.
So I'm just hearing him throw all these parables and like the man speaking in kind of like riddles and shit, you know?
Because he
And
can't really explain.
he can't explain
himself.
the shit that going on in his head.
Yeah.
But the more he talk it out, he kind of get around to it. So by the time we had sat down in the room with everyone else, he kind of got around to trying to like, now he could kind of convey, because, you know, that when I said, man, because he said, well, I don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with half of the stuff he says. I said, okay, well, what part do you agree with?
Right.
And he said, well, the thought of coming from nothing and nobody says you can do it and you become the president.
Was he nothing? No, he didn't really come. Donald Trump
I
didn't
mean,
come from
in
nothing.
the world of politics.
In the world of
he did.
politics,
In the
absolutely
world of
nothing.
politics,
Oh, okay,
he was
because I was gonna
absolutely
say,
zero
dang,
less
millions
than,
of
lesser
dollars.
than that. He was a
Right.
reality star.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Donald Trump would be equivalent to Kris Jenner becoming the president of the United States of
Right.
America.
And
it would be
Because
equivalent.
I still look at him as a very privileged individual, not as
Man,
someone who
did you hear what I said?
Right,
it would
right.
be like Kris Jenner being the president of the United States.
So how did it end? You said that was for, like, so how did it end? Did he finally get it and say, God?
They agreed to disagree.
Nah, man.
What
I mean,
happened?
well, I got him to. We had him to at a point where he was like, "Well, look, maybe I should just change something on the hat and make it my own." I said, "Yes,
Yes. Right.
yes, that's what you should do. That's it." And then he say, "But no, that wouldn't." He say, "But no, that wouldn't get me. That wouldn't prove my point," is what he said.
And I don't think he understands the optics of the situation because he don't understand how dire this situation
He's
is because he
so
knows
removed.
nothing about Trump's policies.
He said, "Yeah." I asked him.
It doesn't
that.
affect
I said,
him.
"Hey, man, well, so how you feel about the travel ban?" He say, "What's the travel ban?"
Exactly.
It doesn't affect him, and
You
sometimes
You know what I'm
when
saying?
it doesn't
So
affect
I said,
someone,
"Come on, bro, you can't do this. You can't do this, man. You can't side with somebody." And you say you leading with love. Like, if you loving this man is hurting all these people, what make him so much worth so much love to where it caused these people so much pain?
You loving someone who hates.
And then he sat down. I ain't figured that out. I gotta figure that out. And then he started thinking, and then he was like, "But if, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
now
yeah.
he's trying to reconfigure his approach. You did, and And
you
then
can tell T.I. got a lot of kids too, because see, these are questions that kids ask, and sometimes you got to be patient with them, because most people would have snapped by them. But
We're
you was
only patient
with 'em.
because it's Kanye.
I know, that's the
Yeah.
thing. So now, what if he's gonna
Yeah.
put out his album, but he meets
If he
with
was- if he-
Donald Trump, and he's like, I love him,
What
and
you
he's
mean?
standing like, let's just say,
he can't. I mean, just look, man. Look, he loves the thought of. He loves if Donald Trump would have made it the way he is, the way he made it, and you know, he defied all odds, and he was really a decent human being. You know, if that were the case, because in his mind, that's kind of how it is. He
Yeah.
don't really know nothing.
Right.
He don't know the things that we know because he's removed himself from society to the point where it don't reach him. He said he just started watching CNN.
He just started watching CNN. He said even when Obama was in the White House, he never watched CNN or nothing. He said he just started watching CNN.
So are we excusing this?
No, we're not
No,
excusing
that's
anything.
not happening.
Hell no.
No.
That doesn't
Hell
make it
no.
right.
It actually makes it more dangerous, the fact that you're uninformed and you're using your platform to spread this.
Now the genius of him said, "All right, well, let's do a song." Like, now, how did the song come about?
Man, because we were talking for 4 hours about the same thing. I have never. But it was a very enlightening discussion. I feel like, I learned a lot. About him and, about his commitment to personal growth. He's truly committed, and whatever that is, like he feel like he on a personal journey. Just give him. He like, man, look, man, just give me a minute. I'm feeling something. Let me, let me figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Don't be so quick to just cut me out. I'm not a white supremacist. I don't agree with white supremacy. I say, but you are supporting one.
You wearing their flag.
You are wearing the flag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but imagine what a white supremacist thinks about it when I wear it. He'll want me to take it off. I say, man.
So do we.
And I'm like, well, do him a favor. You know what I mean? Just take it out, because we want you to take it out, everybody. And then he's like, man, maybe you want me to take it off and them want me to take it off is enough to bring y'all closer together. I'm like, man, listen, bro.
All right.
Nah, man, but I mean, I think that somebody got to be at the table. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I think even if we spend all this time like informing Kanye and, and trying to equip him as best as we can to make a more rational decision, even if he decides like, man, look, man, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm moving their way. And another thing I didn't mention, two more things that I learned that I didn't know before I got there. I didn't know that this man dead the fuck serious about running for president.
Yes, he is.
He is?
Oh, dead the fuck serious.
Yeah,
now.
like he's serious.
Nah, hold up though, bro. Hold up though. Dead the fuck.
Dead the fuck. That's dead ass.
You understand?
In New York translation.
Dead the fuck serious.
Dead the
DTF.
fuck serious.
That A-Town dead ass. Dead the fuck serious. You understand that? That bankhead.
Serious face, serious.
That's that bankhead motherfucking dead ass, B.
Y'all
Dead the
he-
fuck
he-
serious,
He said
partner.
that at the VMAs. Y'all forgot that.
Yeah, but I didn't take him serious.
Man, but before how I knew he was dead serious, because before it was Kanye 2020. Now Kanye 2024. You see what I'm saying?
Are you on the team
Who? On what team?
for him to run for president?
I am a constituent and a friend. I ain't in politics. I ain't trying to be in politics, man. I am in the for-profit business. You understand me? I ain't trying to be in politics. I'm not interested. I think I could get more done, unrestricted.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be bound by the restraints
Right.
of bureaucracy.
So he
I
really
think-
gonna run, spend his own money, and really do it.
His best chance to do it in
Yeah.
2020, though. Go right up against Trump, head on.
Yeah. If it's him or Trump, I'm with him
you
all
right,
the way.
you right, you
I'm with
right.
him all the way.
Yeah, you right.
And see, that what he ain't seeing. But maybe he do now.
And what's the other thing you said? You said there was two things.
Oh, and how affected he still is by the death of his mom.
Absolutely.
He's still affected, but it doesn't show. It doesn't show. You know what I mean? And I think another thing, he'd been hermited for so long, and he removed himself from, I guess, normal social interaction so much that I think it feel to me like, he just happy to be like, talking. Like, what's up, man? Hey, listen, man. I've talked to Kanye probably 4 times in 14 years. And I've talked to him maybe every day
Word up.
since I left him. every single day.
Same here. So that lets you know he reaching out. You know what I'm saying? So who are we to be like, let's at least arm the brother with the information.
I can't do that. If anybody needs my help and they are worth helping and they have shown that they're willing to put in, you know, the work to help themselves, I can't turn my back on that.
We know. You talk somebody off a goddamn building. we know.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you decide that way you want to go, if he want to sit at that table, we need somebody who gonna sit at that table and have a discussion.
Yeah.
As long as they represent us.
I mean,
that's the important part. You can't just be
we gonna represent us. We gonna represent us.
The black order, baby.
Saying? We gonna represent us. You know, they can't make us do nothing we don't want to do because they got to bring it back to the front line. You did?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What you say? Nah, we ain't doing it.
Dead the fuck serious.
Hey, take this back. Take this back. 250-000-000-000. Huh. Yeah, tell them let's start there. You know what I'm saying?